gaming world, you know about Big Fish. Big Fish Instant Games is also going to be available for the WikiPad 7. So, you know, Big Fish, you can play games on the PC, Mac, cloud, and they're saying using the cloud-optimized Wiki platform, casual game players will be delighted when they turn on their tablet to find more than 250 casual Big Fish games ready to go on this thing, and it's going to be available on the new device. And the WikiPad is a perfect platform, according to Big Fish, to introduce Big Fish games to a new, vibrant audience. People that don't know about Big Fish, you're going to get this game as well. So, a full a list of retailers are supposed to be carrying this thing, and that's why when I called that guy at GameStop yesterday, and he was telling me, nah, that thing is next. I'm like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. That thing is coming out next week. You better call your corporate office and see if you're getting something. That's what you need to do, rather than telling me outdated information. You see? That's why you only going to hear about this stuff right here on Tech Vault. Even the stores don't even know this thing is coming out. And it's coming. Next week, Tuesday, this is the first gaming tablet to hit the market, purely gaming tablet. And I'll tell you, for $249, if you're looking for something for your husband, you're looking for something for your son, you know, that's a gaming machine that's going to be good, you're going to get Google Play. That guy, I mean, you're not going to run out of games here. And there's no games cluttering up the house because this is all cloud games, all cloud gaming. So 700,000 apps on the Google Play Store, hundreds of thousands of games from the PlayStation Network, and then you have Big Fish games on top of that. I'm telling you, man, this thing is just going to explode the gaming market. Okay, but coming up after the break, you know, because I know y'all are like, oh, calm down, man, calm down, relax, what's your problem? You know, coming up after the break, we're going to tell you what Apple iPhone is doing for their customers as far as repairs. So just stay tuned right there, right after this break.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
All right, I'm back. Just took a little break, you know, I had to calm down from that WikiPad 7, man. I'm telling you, that thing is definitely something you want to pick up. You're looking for a good gaming console? Check that one out. $249, that's not bad at all. If you are interested in getting the Xbox One for $500, the PlayStation 4 for $500, you're looking for something lower mid-range to get your husband or get your brother or whatever it is, this is the one you want to look at as far as something good, something portable, something powerful that they won't get bored of game-wise right away. WikiPad 7 coming out June 11. Just walk into GameStop, guaranteed they're going to have it. They're going to have it sitting right there after they told me they wasn't getting nothing. They're going to have it. So walk into a GameStop on June 11th and say, yeah, you have any WikiPad 7? The guy will pop one out right there and say, oh, yeah. And then just mention, I was listening to this guy on Tech Vault. He said he called and you guys said that you didn't have any. Just mention that and see what they tell you. You know what I'm saying? All right, so moving on to our next story dealing with Apple. Now, you know, they've been a long said that Apple, you know, to have such a closed community, you know, and, you know, it just hinders their ability to truly expand and be big. You know, I mean, they're big already, but, you know, I mean, they could be so much bigger if they weren't so controlling. And then there's some that will say it's because they're so controlling why they love the Apple universe. But Apple has heard the cries of many people out there that say their repair costs are just too high. I mean, you crack your screen or something like that. You go into the Apple store and I mean, you might as well buy a new Apple machine after they finish with their repair costs. But as a part of a shift to lower repair costs, Apple has begun replacing iPhone 5 screens at its retail locations. The new display replacement, according to them, service is priced at only $149. You want to get a new screen for your Apple iPhone 5, Apple is saying no more big bill. We're only going to charge you $149, and it can be purchased with or without the Apple Care Plus service. Now, changes to the Apple's repair policy first surfaced last month, where a town hall session revealed that Apple would begin in-house repairs of the displays in June in an effort to save approximately $1 billion per year. They were trying to do. Now, according to Mac Rumors, they said that they heard from one of their sources inside Apple that the new repair policy had been implemented, and the changes have since been confirmed in a forum post from the iPhone repair site Quick Fix. The repairs are available for cracked displays as well as screens that are experiencing multi-touch issues, because the iPhone is a multi-touch. When they say multi-touch, they're talking about you can use more than one finger on the screen to manipulate whatever is going on, because the earlier touch screens, you have one finger on there, that's it. It only recognizes one finger at a time. Multi-touch can recognize up to 10 fingers at a time. So, if you're typing on an iPad, it makes it a little better because you can type more naturally like you would a keyboard with that multi-touch. So that's basically what multi-touch is. Now, the quick iFix notes that Apple's $149 repair cost is competitive, causing the site to change its own repair cost. The quick iFix charged $175 for a display replacement in early May, but begun offering repairs for just $140 a few days later once Apple came out with that new pricing system. Now, Apple's new display repairs are in line with Apple Care Plus pricing, which costs $99 up front and then $49 for each replacement. The repair service is a more affordable alternative for iPhone users who opted not to purchase Apple Care Plus, as iPhone replacements previously costed, as many of you know, what was it? I think it was about $230 is what the Apple was charging to replace their the glasses. Your iPhone 5 or iPhone glass, if it cracked, or you had multi-touch issues, they were charging about $230 for that. So they have dropped down to the $149 option, and they are expected to roll out additional in-house repairs options in July. Now, I mean, to me, this is a move that Apple has to make, because with so many Android devices out there, if they're going to keep people satisfied, when I say people satisfied, I mean people using their products. If they're going to keep people satisfied, they're going to have to find a way to bring customers in, or to keep existing customers that have these issues, because people were really going, I mean, even though Apple made it to where, they want you to come to the Apple iStore to fix things, there were lots of people around, lots of people, I'm sure many of you know in your neighborhoods and whatnot, that would repair iPhones that were not Apple certified, but they would repair iPhones and stuff like that because they knew how to do it cheaper than $230. I mean, your screen is cracked, I know an iPhone is not the cheapest phone in the world, but if you have to shell over almost $250, it's about that, with tax, to repair just the glass on your phone, or stuff like that. I mean, Apple was just crazy with that, and they knew it, and that's why they decided to come up with this cheaper version, $149. They're saying $99 up front is what you have to pay for them to check it out and all that stuff, and then after they check it out, then $49 for the repair. Now, I mean, to me, that's still kind of steep to just $99 out the gate. As you walk through the door, my screen says, boom, they take $99 right out of your wallet before they even do anything. That's kind of steep, but it's better than $230. I'll tell you, well, $250 after tax. It's better than that. So I think this is good for Apple if they're going to, garner more support. And speaking of Apple, at their WWDC, many people have been wondering if Apple was going to, what kind of announcements are they going to have? Are they going to announce any hardware, or is it just going to be software? Because we know that the iOS 7 is getting a complete redesign. All the iOS operating system getting a complete redesign. They're moving away from their old design. Everything is going to be flattened, they said. Everything is going to be just more basic in its design, not so complicated. So everything is just going to be more streamlined. And that was the big thing we were hearing. But now, according to a report by CNET, next week at their WWDC conference, Apple is set to announce new MacBook Pro and new MacBook Airs that will probably debut at WWDC. We're going to see it. According to inside sources, they're saying expect it to be a lot slimmer, the MacBook Pro to be a lot slimmer with longer battery life, and it's going to be based on Intel's new Haswell processor. So we see Intel is getting inside again of a lot of these machines. So Apple has clearly, for right now, moved away from the thought, because there were rumors going around that Apple was going to create its own chips. They were not going to buy chips from Intel anymore. They were going to create their own chips. But clearly, at least as of right now, they've moved away from that. Now, at the Worldwide Developers Conference, that thing is going to be starting at June 10th. That's next week. Speculation is swirling as to what might be introduced beyond significant, the Johnny Ives inspired new operating system, because he's saying he's doing away with skeuomorphism and they're going to just go streamline. But according to these sources, a slimmer MacBook Pro based on Intel's Haswell processors and a MacBook Air with improved microphones, because that's one of the problems with the MacBook Air, that many people in the Apple camp and general PC users as a whole said the MacBook Air, their microphone quality was just no good. Using that thing for calls or any kind of voice input integration, the microphone just was, scratchy. It just wasn't that good. So they're saying that look for a MacBook Air with improved microphone, expected to debut at WWDC. Now, Intel's Haswell processors, officially known as 4th generation Core i series, debuted at Computex, and Intel claims that the Haswell processors will be in Apple's next generation of MacBook Airs and MacBook Pros, and they're saying up to 50% better battery life and stuff like that. So we're gonna see at the WWDC. Now again, those are just benchmarks, but at WWDC we're gonna see if this thing is true when people get their hands on the machines after the keynote addresses and everyone finished talking and telling everyone all about bloated stories and stuff like that. After that, we're gonna see if this thing, because people are gonna get their hands on the machine and they're gonna run it and see if this thing really works. Now, even to that degree, you can't really get a full test, because sometimes the laptops that they bring, the products that they bring there, are optimized to give you the best result. They allow a limited number of programs to be run on it. They allow a limited number of features so that it can run the way they want it to run. So we still have to wait until we see this thing fully. When it comes out, when it launches, and we can get our hands on actual